I'm News 6 Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos. Temperatures right now still running at 52 degrees. We're going to have more details on how low temperatures got this morning and a look at the next round of cold weather just around the corner.
NY7 and Marion County say they actually welcome the change with the colder weather. Plus,
we're going to stand up for our community no matter what's going on. We don't want that chaos. That chaos we're seeing online, we don't want that in Orlando.
We're diving into what one of your representatives has to say about the ongoing ICE enforcement across the nation and right here in Central Florida. This is News 6 at noon.
Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live. You're watching News 6 at noon.
Thank you so much for joining us this noon. I'm Julie Broughton. We want to start with that cold weather as we take a live look over Daytona Beach. Gorgeous blue sky out there. Not necessarily the best day to be dipping your toes into the water. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos is here. And Candace, a lot of spots dipped into the 20s this morning.
Yeah, many areas were at freezing or even sub-freezing this morning. So I wanted to show you here a live look there in Port Canaveral at Daytona Beach. You can see the flag there blowing in the wind. We still have a breeze in place. Kissimmee Lakefront looking beautiful, but notice not a cloud in sight no matter where you look across Central Florida. As temperatures right now in Kissimmee at 53, 52 in areas around in and around OIA, at Daytona Beach right now 52. But let's go back in time real quick. Let me show you how low temperatures went today. Paisley down to 23. We're in the mid-20s in DeLeon Springs, in the 20s in DeLand. Village is down to 26. But even as far south as Orlando and Kissimmee, we hit that freezing mark, as well as Sanford and Melbourne. Interesting enough, broke a record this morning. Our official low this morning was 33 degrees. And our record 34 set back in 1983. We are looking, though, at another round of potentially cold weather advisory status temperatures in the forecast as we go to bed Sunday night and into early Monday morning. We'll be breaking down more on that and a look at the changes also this weekend to be aware of coming up in just a couple minutes.
Candace, thank you. We have team coverage of today's chilly weather. News 6's Mark Lehman spent the morning in one of the coldest parts of Central Florida, Marion County. And some of those people he spoke with actually welcomed the change.
Things are much warmer here in Marion County after it was below freezing for several hours this morning. We've been seeing some homes with their plants covered, and this is the coldest weather this area has seen in a long time, and people we spoke with actually welcomed the change. Before dawn and in 26-degree weather, we saw people trying to stay warm in Ocala. Well, at least most people. You're wearing a t-shirt here, no extra layers.
No.
This doesn't bother you at all?
No. No. It'll bother me when I get to work, though. When I get to work, it's a lot colder.
With the temps plummeting overnight, Marion County was under a hard freeze warning with the coldest air in years.
Bundle up, wear lots of layers. A little bit goes a long way. Crank up the heater in your car. And
once daylight hit, we spotted frost on rooftops and covering grass fields. The layer of ice crystals eventually burning off with the sun. Meanwhile, students were reluctantly waiting at bus stops.
He just didn't want to go to school, I think, in general.
Yeah, take a little extra time to get out of bed.
Right.
Yeah.
Said that he said he had a sore throat, but I don't know. I mean, it was a little exaggerated, so.
Dana Rowland joining many others in making preps at home.
Well, our outdoor pipes have been wrapped probably from last winter, so that was still intact. Other than that, just made sure my dog is inside and staying warm.
But she also doesn't mind the cold snap, knowing a warm-up is inevitable.
I don't know. I appreciate the break from the long summers.
Reporting in Marion County, Mark Lehman, News 6.
Several cold weather shelters will stay open through tonight. Those include Flagler County, Lake County, Osceola County, and Volusia County. We have those locations for you on our website, clickorlando.com. And we want to know what you think about the cold weather. Check out our poll on clickorlando.com/react. So we've been asking you for the last couple of days, when do you turn your heater on at home? So the options are when temperatures are in the 50s, 40s, 30s, or never. So these are the responses we've seen so far. 50s still in the lead. We will continue tracking the cold weather throughout the day. You can always check out our website, clickorlando.com.
And we know in Central Florida we won't stand for it. We stand together for our immigrants.
Strong words today from Representative Maxwell Frost. He dove into the ongoing ICE enforcement across the country. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez spoke to Frost this morning and tells us what he had to say.
Online chatter this week, including TikTok videos circulating about ICE being in Central Florida, have led to speculation about whether or not federal agents are here. But Congressman Maxwell Frost says they are, and he tells me he's ready to oppose their presence.
Not to mention the reign of terror from federal agents and ICE that he's been deploying in our communities across the entire country.
Congressman Maxwell Frost made his thoughts on President Trump's immigration enforcement clear.
We saw that horrible murder of Renee Nicole Good. ICE agent looked her in the face, looked her in the eyes, and shot her in the face. By the way, that was gun violence, too.
This week, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem says people should be prepared to provide proof of citizenship. Hours later, Frost first warned his constituents that ICE is here through an Instagram video.
They have made pretty large hotel reservations in surrounding hotels as well.
We know you posted yesterday on social media that ICE is active in the area. I wanted to know how you were able to confirm that they've made hotel reservations.
We work with local organizations, we work with local governments, elected officials, and we have a very strong network that has been working together over the last year to work at confirming information about what's going on in our community.
We also asked if he knew about reports that federal agents are holding a site visit in the area.
We've heard about the potential processing center being built in Central Florida. We want our taxpayer dollars used to help our community, not take our neighbors away that make this community what it is and make it the city beautiful.
Frost says he will be working to get those gun violence prevention laws through Congress this session. He also says he'll be voting no on an upcoming bill focused on funding for the Department of Homeland Security, the agency that handles immigration customs enforcement. Reporting in Orlando, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
Protests intensifying in Minnesota as President Trump threatens to send in the U.S. military. It all comes after another shooting involving an ICE agent. Investigators say a woman called 911 asking for help after this week's shooting. She says her husband was chased by agents and shot in front of his family. DHS says that man and two others attacked an agent with a shovel and broom handle, and the agent fired in self-defense. This morning, former Orlando City Commissioner Regina Hill was in court for a status hearing as we wait to learn when her trial will begin. Hill is facing charges of exploiting a 96-year-old woman by using her life savings to purchase luxuries for herself. She was suspended from the Orlando City Council in 2024 after the Florida Department of Law Enforcement arrested her. Her trial has been delayed several times.
Today was a win for me. We'll almost have a trial date, and I look forward to my day in truth. I'm working on today, and tomorrow take care of itself.
Hill's attorney says another status hearing is set for May, and her trial could start in June. We will track the latest and keep you updated. Today, the woman accused of stabbing someone over a pizza delivery tip will be back in court. Investigators say back in December 2024, Brianna Alvelo broke into a room at the Riviera Motel after her family didn't tip her for a pizza. She's accused of stabbing a pregnant woman 14 times. That attack resulted in the death of the victim's unborn child. Authorities say her boyfriend, Hector Martinez Figueroa, helped hold a man at gunpoint during this incident. She is facing several charges, including attempted murder and aggravated assault. Today's hearing starts at 1:30. Here is a live look for you now at a press conference from the team preparing for the Artemis 2 mission to send astronauts around the moon. The press conference started just a few minutes ago. Tomorrow, the Artemis 2 rocket will begin its multi-hour trek from the Vehicle Assembly Building to Launch Pad 39B at NASA's Kennedy Space Center. Once the rocket is on the pad, the four-person crew will prepare to fly around the moon and back on a 10-day journey. The goal is to lay the groundwork for a future U.S. moon landing. NASA's launch window opens February 6th. All right, the cold weather may be here, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy the weekend.
I love to go down and watch the bass get weighed in and see how giant some of these fish these guys are bringing in.
Coming up, we have your 6 things to do this weekend, including a fishing event in downtown Sanford. And later, how a TikTok challenge led to some serious charges for one Florida teen. Here's a live look from our camera in Mount Dora on this chilly Friday. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Florida Lottery.
Here's your weekend roundup of 6 things to do. I'm meteorologist Michelle Morgan at the Sanford Marina, where the Get Hooked fishing tournament will be happening on Saturday. As part of the same event down the street, a seafood festival will be happening on Sanford Avenue. I spoke to the event organizer, Dominic Moresco, about what you can expect.
I think my favorite part is the weigh-in. I love to go down and watch the bass get weighed in and see how giant some of these fish these guys are bringing in. And then the party moves down here.
That party includes live music, fresh seafood, and food trucks. Mecum Auctions returns to Osceola Heritage Park this Saturday and Sunday. Action starts at 8 a.m. with a stunning lineup of must-see vehicles. Space Coast Renaissance Fair is this weekend from 10 a.m. through 6 at Space Coast Daily Park. Enjoy tournaments, feasts, live music, and laughs. The Vietnamese Festival is this weekend starting at 10 a.m. at the Central Florida Fairgrounds. Celebrate the Lunar New Year with great food, music, and family fun. The 48th annual MLK Parade in historic Eatonville is Saturday at 2. Local schools, bands, and community leaders honor Dr. King's dream and spirit of the community. The Downtown Orlando MLK Parade will be this Saturday from 10 a.m. through 1 p.m., starting at the courthouse and heading to Lake Eola. Enjoy dance, music, and drum lines. It'll be a chilly weekend, but there's plenty to do. And if you have something fun happening in your town next weekend, let me know. You can head over to clickorlando.com. Just click Contact Us.
Actually, it's not shaping up to be a bad weekend. Here's what it looks like right now. This is our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera over downtown Orlando. Lots of sunshine, man. It was a cold start just about everywhere. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos, we've been talking about this for days, and It really did verify with the coldest weather we've seen in years.
Yeah, even breaking records in Melbourne with an official low of 33. So if Melbourne got down to 33, you know everybody else was colder than that. As of right now, though, as you're heading out the door, maybe running some errands, getting your Friday to-do list done, you can see temperatures still in Marion County in the upper 40s. We're still at 52 in Daytona, 53 in Kissimmee right now. Titusville and Micco still at about, I almost said Mecum because of the car show. Down in Micco, temperatures right now are warming up as well. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for today.
Your forecast is sponsored by Strata Services.
Your highs this afternoon running well below average for this time of the year. We are down to about 58 to about 59 degrees there. Our average for this time of the year, though, is 71. Then later on tonight, you can notice temperatures are going to be dropping fast, especially across our northwestern zones. Now, for instance, this morning we got down to about 32 degrees in in Orlando, even colder up in Ocala. But it looks like most of the area will be about maybe 10 degrees warmer than how we started this morning. Albeit it's still going to be chilly if you have to head out early tomorrow morning. I know there's a lot of 5Ks and half marathons and whatnot. I do think that the weather, though, is going to be on the chilly side. So making sure you have the layers just in case, maybe not as many layers as you did this morning. Because we are anticipating the potential for some of those temperatures near freezing, we do start kind of picking up on the probability of a little bit of frost, patchy frost for inland parts of Flagler and Volusia County. Most of Sumter County could be dealing with a variety of frost. Our far northwestern neighborhoods, though, of Marion County will have a chance of seeing at least a bit of a freeze. Not a hard freeze like this morning. But after that, we're going to be warming things up on your Saturday. Highs will be right back up to the 70s and sunny as we thaw out. Then as we head on to Sunday, we're watching a new cold front that as it comes through will be bringing in another chilly round of temperatures early Monday, which for many students, they have the day off, so they'll be able to sleep in and stay under those heavier covers. You can see here clouds and rain futurecast. Here comes that front. Notice there's some blue and some pink. Snow and sleet could be possible early Sunday morning as that front comes through for the panhandle. All of that blue turns all into green as it makes its way into central Florida. Our coverage on Sunday, though, will be bumping up a little bit as we head really into Sunday afternoon. So looking at the snowfall, just for those who are interested, or maybe you have kids up at Tallahassee at FSU, there is that potential, though, of seeing maybe up to about an inch, maybe 2 of snowfall when it's all said and done on Sunday. So you can see here the next couple of days for your Saturday will be into those low 70s. So really nice, just like how we should be for this time of the year. We're going to get colder on Sunday at that added cloud cover, a little more rain at 30%. And then that cold front comes through for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and that's going to keep temperatures in the 50s. But notice we'll be waking up back down into the 20s and 30s. So this is a quick look at your forecast for your Sunday. Rain chances a little less the further south you are, higher area the further north. So you can see about a 40 to 50% chance across Marion and Flagler County. And then Monday morning, those temperatures will be dropping once again. We'll be down into the 20s in our northwestern communities. We'll be a few degrees above freezing up and down the I-4 corridor. So there will be the potential of some maybe freeze warnings across our northwestern counties, and most likely a cold weather advisory will be issued once again early Monday morning. And as a result, to their full 7-day forecast. For those hoping to see a bit of a warm up, looks like we'll have to wait till about the end of next week. Julie.
Candace, thank you. What started as a TikTok stunt now has a teen facing a number of charges. Coming up, where that teen was caught hiding and the item he's accused of stealing to try to get through the night. Here's a live look at downtown Orlando once again from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera. You're watching News 6 at noon on this Friday. We'll be right back. A TikTok stunt turned into a crime, and now a Charlotte County teen is facing charges. The sheriff's office says 18-year-old Isaac Hurley hid inside a Walmart, live streaming as part of a challenge to stay in the store after closing to rack up views and cash. Deputies were called just after 11 Tuesday night when workers spotted the feed online. Sheriff's office says they found Hurley sitting in the dog bed aisle, and they say he'd also opened and taken an iPhone charger. He was arrested for burglary and petty theft and later posted a $1,500 bond. From its early days as the Living Seas to today's Seas with Nemo and Friends, Epcot's underwater world has inspired millions to explore the ocean's wonders. The pavilion is celebrating 40 years this month, opening in 1986 as part of Walt Disney World's Epcot Center. The 9th largest aquarium in the world, was one of the first of its kind, and it isn't just home to colorful fish. It is a hub for conservation, helping rescue and release more than 300 sea turtles and 30 manatees back to the wild.
We also have a team here that's dedicated to coral conservation in the state of Florida. And so we've been working really hard with the Florida Coral Rescue Center that is really looking to care for coral reefs and restore their populations back into the wild.
The main environment is 203 feet in diameter and holds more than 5 million gallons of salt water. For a little perspective, Spaceship Earth is 165 feet in diameter. Hey, check out our all-new primetime lineup on News 6 Plus. Matt and Ginger have a new take on the day's news on News 6 tonight. That's at 9. Meteorologist Jonathan Kagas answers your weather questions at 9:30. Then watch the late news an hour earlier. It is all tonight on News 6 Plus. And you can download our streaming app for free. Search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It is also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Here is a live look for you at our Launch Credit Union Port Cam, looking so gorgeous out there on this chilly Friday. You're watching News 6 at noon. We're back in 3 minutes. Candace is here with a last look at weather. Man, you were enjoying the cold up on the roof this morning for the morning show. But I know, it's like we've never been below 70 in our lives.
It's so cold, yeah. Well, and it was cold. I mean,
some spots in the 20s this morning.
20s and 30s, almost area-wide. We were seeing or feeling it for sure, sub-freezing temperatures. Then as we head into tonight, some areas further north could get down into the 30s as well. Not as chilly, but we are looking at a new cold front, Julie, that's going to be bringing in with it another dose of rain. Could have another weather alert day early Monday morning. And guess where I'll be? Probably outside again. I don't know what I did to deserve it. No, I'm just kidding. But it was fun. It was nice to get all bundled up and kind of actually enjoy it rather than, just being here on the green screen. So.
Yeah, we don't get to do that a lot,
don't,
so enjoy it when we can.
Yeah.
Candace, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you so much for joining us this noon. Our next newscast is at 3, and you can always check clickorlando.com for updates throughout the day. We hope you have a great day and a great weekend, and I will see you at 3.
I like the turtleneck.
I like yours.